Let's turn to the debate going on within the Democratic Party right now. On Friday night, Axios obtained the audio from then-President Biden's interview with former special counsel Robert Hur, who was investigating Biden's mishandling of classified documents. In that audio tape, you hear President Biden rambling, unable to keep a train of thought, getting dates wrong. Let's run a little clip of that.
Trump gets elected in November of 2017? 2016. All right. So, why do I have 2017 here?
That's when you left office, January of 2017.
Yeah, okay. But that's when Trump gets sworn in.
Right.
January.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
At a different time in that interview, he's asked about the 2017-2018 period, and he says during that period, his son Beau was either deployed or dying, but Beau was deployed in 2008, 2009, and he died tragically in May 2015. Needless to say, even supporters of the president have heard these tapes and been alarmed by it. What was your response to them? Did you see much of that when you had meetings and interactions with President Biden during his term?
No, I didn't. You know, the fact of the matter is I saw Biden often, but not as often as people seem to think. I saw him, I talked to him on the telephone very often, and I never saw anything that I thought was outside of the ordinary. I watched my dad reach the age of 80, and I saw him slow down. He couldn't do the same things he did at 50 or 60, but it didn't bother his mental capacity at all. And then my father died from prostate cancer. So I never saw anything I thought was unusual. Did he talk as swiftly as he used to talk? No, he didn't. Did he walk as swiftly? No, he didn't. But that is to be expected. Those of us who reach that age, as I have, we don't walk as often as fast as we used to, and I may talk as fast as I used to, but we down here in the South don't talk all that fast anyway.
Well, with all due respect, sir, having interviewed you quite often, I don't think there's any comparison between how sharp you are and your ability to talk and answer questions and get dates right, et cetera, and what we've seen from President Biden, both in that audio, but also throughout 2023, 2024, especially on the debate stage. Do you think that Joe Biden really would have been able to perform as president all the way through January 2029 when he would be 86?
Yes, I thought that back then. I still think that, but I don't know that. When people ask me, did I know this or did I know the other? And the fact of the matter is, no, I didn't. And that's, you make my point here. So it's not all about age. I've seen people develop Alzheimer's when they're in their 30s and 40s. So it's not about age. It's about the ability to do the job. And I never saw anything that allowed me to think that Joe Biden was not able to do the job. Just that simple.
The debate didn't make you concerned about whether or not he could do the job?
Absolutely it did. I never saw any of that. I didn't see the tapes from the Hur interview, and I watched that debate, and you and I talked about it, and yes, I was concerned. Now the question is this a condition or is this an incident? And I have had incidents when I was looking for my glasses and had them on. So you have these kinds of incidents, and that's the question is. And then remember, a lot of us were a bit concerned about his schedule in the run-up to the debate. He took 2 overseas trips, came back and started preparing for that debate. And I called it at the time preparation overload because they were cramming into a 4 or 5 day period the preparation for this debate after taking 2 overseas trips, which I thought was taxing in and of itself. And so these kinds of concerns are out there, but none of us thought that there was anything here that created any suspicions of any prolonged condition.
Do you think, and this is my last question on this, do you think that your party's incredibly low standing with the American people in polling has anything to do with the impression that many people in your party, especially in the White House, and especially President Biden and his family and inner circle, hid his actual dysfunction, his non-functioning abilities from the American people? Not only hid them from the American people, but hid them from you and cabinet officials and donors and even other people in the White House? Do you think that the low polling has anything to do with that?
Well, it very well could have. I haven't looked at the numbers behind the numbers to come into the conclusion as to what exactly is going on here. I do know that on yesterday I spent a pretty full day, starting out with the commencement of the Converse College up in Spartanburg, finished last night at a sneaker party for a Head Start fundraiser, and I talked to people, talked to students, and people still feel that Joe Biden had the capacity to do the work that needed to be done. They still feel that Joe Biden was a good president, and I do as well. But these people are also concerned when they look back at those tapes, they remember the debate, and they are concerned as to whether or not that was, in fact, just an incident or whether that was a condition that was being kept from people. I have no way of knowing which one is true.